Hello, my name is Tanaya Venable, and today I will be talking about prisoners being able to vote. There are 1.43 million prisoners in the United States that are not able to vote, which is 1.43 million votes that could count towards something. Today I will be showing you the roadmap to show how prisoners are able to vote or how they are not able to vote. I'll be giving you a story of a man who was actually convicted in Kentucky, which is a state that does not allow prisoners convicted of felony charges, as well as people on parole or probation, to vote, and show you a map of those states who allow and do not allow. Prisoners should be able to vote because, one, it is unconstitutional to not allow them to vote. Two, it encouraged de-enfranchisement when they come home from prison. And three, this just a human right to allow them to vote. This has been something going on since Jim Crow and mass incarceration, with prisoners being mostly African Americans from mass incarcerations. This has put a gigantic hold onto our community because we now have less people who are able to vote and fight for what we believe in. I believe that prisoners are already paying the price for what they have done, so taking away that human right to vote is just cruel and unusual punishment. It has been stated, as I stated before, and proven that people believe that this has rooted from Jim Crow, as a court in Virginia has stated before in 1879 that the Bill of Rights should not apply to convicted felons, as they are slaves of the state. With this not being able to vote, this will make prisoners feel as though they do not belong, they're not a part of society, and often lead back to going back to prison. They want to feel as if they know what's going to happen. As I learned previously, prisoners who go back tend to like the routine in jail, knowing of what will happen next and knowing the ins and outs of prison. If they come out not knowing that they're able to vote or their rights, they're going to feel out of place. This is the roadmap to show if you are able to vote while you're in prison or your state. So it starts off, is the person in jail serving a sentence? Yes or no? If it is yes, is the person's sentence a misdemeanor? If the current sentence is for multiple convictions, is it serious than a misdemeanor? If you say no, you're probably not eligible to vote. If you say yes to serving a misdemeanor, then you go on. Is the misdemeanor being served in Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, or South Carolina? If the answer is yes, you're probably not eligible to vote. If it is no, you continue on to prior to the arrest, was the jail person previously convicted of a felony and or probation or parole? If the answer is no, then you're eligible to vote. If the answer is yes, you will have to check your state laws to see if you're eligible to vote. These are the states and their eligibility. The blue states, such as California, Maryland, and Michigan, people who are in prison are not able to vote. The red states, such as Texas and Alaska, all people with convicted felonies are not allowed to vote. The yellow ones with stripes, such as Florida, people with felony convictions cannot vote, but people with lower convictions can. The teal one, such as Maine, says that everyone can vote, no matter what the crime is. So, to go on, this is Brian Damrow. He is a man who was convicted for 20 years after the accusation of cocaine dealing and cooking. Turns out that Brian never did the crime that he was convicted of. Brian was convicted in the state of Kentucky. As you can see, Kentucky is red. So it says that all people with a felony conviction cannot vote. Brian has a felony conviction because it is dealing with drugs. This is a man who has lost 5 years of presidential votes and 10 years of congressional votes. His one vote could have changed everything from who was president, who was elected into Congress, who was Kentucky's state officials, to where this would not be a law anymore, etc. I believe that people in prison should be able to remain human, remain citizens, learn from their mistakes, as well as exercise their rights and continue to vote. I hope that all of you believe the same thing and will get out, start petitioning, start challenging your state, your governors, your local government, and tell them what you believe. Thank you.